Hi, and welcome to Danny After Dark. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a notification or a new episode. Tonight is the weekly True Crime and Chill, and we are doing it on a Saturday night, so a little bit different. And speaking of things being done a little bit different, Beckham, you're on time. Holy shit.
Yeah, because I didn't have to work today, 12 hours.
How are you doing? I'm so shocked.
Dude, I am good. I'm here. I'm early. I'm plugged in. I'm ready to rock and roll. Breaking the news. I'm locked in to Arizona, Tucson, Arizona tonight.
Wow, you are a man of many things at the moment. I don't care about the thing that's tomorrow, but like I know everybody else in the world does.
I got friends. Yeah.
What's tomorrow?
Oh, dude, tomorrow is the one day where the world can come together and enjoy one event. It's a one-day event. It's the biggest one-day event in the world. One-day event. And that's the Super Bowl, where you're going to have all eyes on the Super Bowl. People watch it. People get together. There's parties, whatever. Yeah. People that don't even know about football go to these parties and hang out. People will be there for their teams. People will be there just as fans. People will be there for the music. People will be there just to converse, just to hang out. Everybody that's like a extrovert will be at some sort of party tomorrow.
Are you going to a party tomorrow?
No, I'm not. I'm more of an I'm like hyping it up, and like, are you gonna be going? Like, no, not me.
For the record, I was invited. I just
well, you rather probably stay home and read or something. I don't know. You've been like doing a bunch of stuff lately, so you probably need some rest. I'm not sure.
It's just like the only thing I want to see is the halftime show, and I'll see it online. So like,
yeah, well, right, and then a lot of people just want to tune in for the halftime show. This might be the first time in history that you have two different halftime shows at the same time on two different channels or whatever. I don't want to go there and why that's happening, but I think it might be the first time in history as to why that's happening. We can talk about the best performances if you want to ever in a Super Bowl halftime show, because I think they happened a long time ago. But that's because
Missy Elliott in the Left Shark. Or sorry, Katy Perry in the Left Shark.
Yeah, that's right. There's all there's been all kinds of super talented artists and all that doing it in the past, but and now it's a new era. You have new fans, and you have to kind of go towards that. You got to gauge it towards that. So so.
Oh well, at the end of the day, you know what? Everybody who does watch it, hope you have a great time. The New England Patriots are in it, so
yeah, your team. Well, not your team, but your city team's in it, Danny.
They are. Go sports. I don't know what to say, but I know I'm a minority in this. Everybody wants to watch it, and y'all have a good time doing that. So
yeah, Green Day is supposed to be in the pregame show. Yeah, Green Day. They're bringing back all these old people. Green Day is like old now.
Old people. Green Day. Old people.
Dude, they're like 50 or something. Come on, man.
They're amazing.
Well, I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking about like
to the new generation, like who the hell's Green Day? You know, like they don't know who Green Day is. 20-year-olds don't know who Green Day is. Come on, dude.
So
I don't think so. No, I honestly don't.
I think so. But
I don't think so, but
anyway, so I just want
agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. So I'm rocking tonight one of my shirts that I got at a local cat cafe, the Lazy Cat Lounge. It's in Lowell, Mass.
Is that the one that you went to? That was that the one that you visited a while
that
back?
me and Liz went to.
Yeah.
Yep. It's in Lowell, Mass. Like on the outside, very brick and mortar, but then inside, like the theme is like old Victorian. It's so
I love
cool.
Victoria. Well, that's what isn't that what Boston's is anyway? All that old Victorian style and everything.
So it was a lot of fun. So me and the Liz got to go and hang out there. Yeah. So I got one of their shirts because I t-shirt wore. So that's what I'm rocking tonight. So shout out to the Lazy Cat Lounge in Lowell, Mass. Doing great work there at their cat shelter.
Hello, babe.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
Shelly, stupid.
Hey, Shelly. All right, I see a lot of y'all here. I'm not ignoring you. Beckham's never on time and I don't know what to do. James Watson, hello. K-Dog. Beckham's in the chat. All right, that's fine. Chris James, hello. Geez, I go away and come back and Cher is hosting. What? Beckham always has an excuse. K-Dog, for real. Like, for real. Hey, Karen Diamonds. Hello. She says hello to you too, Beckham.
Hello. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Hold on.
Hi, PJ. Cats are doing good. They're doing good. Thank you. What the hell is a bad bunny anyway? You know what? Chat, let's answer that for Chris James. Shelly, of course. Hello. I'm Cat. Hello. Green Day, I may watch. I saw them in concert
it's
back in the
pregame. It ain't going to be like halftime. I think it'll probably be like an hour before the kickoff. It's going to be a while. You'd have to be tuned into the pregame show, which is like 3 hours before kickoff. So it's there for the in and out party and stuff. You know, they talk about the team, the players, get to know the players a little bit and that kind of thing. It like literally lasts like 3 hours. That's where you're going to find Green Day, somewhere in there, probably.
Gotcha. So before we jump into stuff for tonight, because there's a lot to talk about.
Dude, let's get on the hot topic right off the bat.
Yeah, that you're on time. Beckham, calm down. Again, if you are not following me on social media, all of the links are down below. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the merch. Ooh, it has the coaster, my little kitty cat coaster with it. The merch, the Cameo, the Buy Me a Coffee, all that fun stuff is below. Also, book club. Today is the last day to vote for book club for February. If you have not done so, get that in so that I can post tomorrow what the book is. We'll be doing it the last Tuesday of the month. The last Thursday of the month, I will be doing having somebody here for an interview. So we'll do it a little early. So that's when the show will be. A lot of exciting things coming up this month. Like this month is already like slammed with stuff. I have a bunch of people coming on for interviews, so stay tuned for that. I did already post that this coming Wednesday night will be part 3 of Anthony DiMaria and Marshall Terrell for JC Bring Cutting to the Truth. They will be discussing the kind of aftermath in regards to parole hearings and whatnot, but also they are going to be taking time to answer your questions. So if you have any questions for them, again, it'll be a live show, so come prepared, and we'll get those questions asked. I'm really excited to have Anthony and Marshall back. They're great guys, so it'll be good to talk to them again. Let's see. I just recorded an interview yesterday with an amazing guy, producer, journalist. Stay tuned to see who that is, and I will be releasing that interview in 2 parts because it was. There was so much discussed. It was a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that as well. All right. Convention stuff. The weekend of April 11th, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Beyond the Crime Convention. I will be there. So get your tickets if you're in that area or just want to fly in and attend. So many great content creators will be there. Crime Con will be last weekend in May. As of right now, I'm just a regular attendee, but I'm really looking forward to going. I'll be there meeting up with a lot of my podcast girlfriends, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Beckham will be there too. So if you're like, I want to fly to Crime Con and my goal in life is to meet Mr. Beckham, one, I'm so sorry that's all your goals are, but two, still go and make it happen.
You might end up waking up in the desert with a pack of gum, with only a pack of gum in your driver's license. But hey, come say hello. Shelly and I will be there.
That went very different how I thought it was going to go. I thought I was going to go old school with waking up with a Beckham t-shirt.
No, you're stupid.
Yes, Shelly too. So a lot of great people. And of course, so many amazing content creators. Like, oh my gosh, Crime Con's like the place to be. Except the other great place to be, Crime Story Fest in October here in Massachusetts. It will be the first annual Crime Story Fest. I will be there. I will have a booth. I will be doing a live show. I'll be also assisting other content creators on stage as well. So y'all know I haven't met a microphone I don't like. So yeah, and Beckham will be there. So again, if your goal in life is to meet Beckham, there are several opportunities.
Dude, Boston has a lot of cool places to visit, hang out and stuff, man. We had a great time the last time you showed us around, Shelly and I. You took us to some really cool spots and places, and I'm going. This is gonna be like the last time. It was like a quick 3 to 3.5 day trip, right? I think I want to go for like a full week, man. I really want to just take it in again. But there's gonna be stuff. There's gonna be more stuff to do, right? With the what do you call it? What the name of it? The con.
Wow.
Yeah, I just put my mind.
Crime Story Fest.
The Crime Story Fest. But there's other
story.
Right. That fest. But there's also, man, I think we want to do the tour. You had him on your show. We were gonna do that.
Omar from
Omar. Yeah, Omar is gonna be.
Boston Crime Tour.
We're gonna do his tour. I'm excited for that. I heard it's really good. He's been on the show before. You've had him on like twice, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. I think you interviewed him.
One
separately.
when it was just him, and then you were on for.
Right. Right. Yeah. So he seems like a really cool dude.
Yeah.
Looking forward to meeting him, doing his thing. And look, man, I'm excited for October. This year, for everybody that's watching, 2025 was very challenging. It was a very challenging year for lots of things, me personally, but like I'm looking forward to 2026 and really like enjoying. Like I'm so excited about going to Boston in October and revisiting things, meeting some new people. If you guys can make it out, make it out.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Well said. Yeah, I mean, the fact that the convention is going to be in Danvers, which is right next to Salem, in October, I mean, you can't not come out here and like take an extra.
Yeah, it's pretty cool in October, man. Yeah, right. And like, I'm sorry, my whole point of that earlier, what I just said, I'm sorry. In a challenging year, in the sense that I just worked a lot. It was just work. I love Halloween. And October just flew by without really even feeling it.
It did.
You know what I mean? That's what I meant to say. Sorry. So it was just like I was just work. That, man, it just like we got to hang out in Crime Con September. That went fast. It was only a couple of days, and it was like boom. And then we're right into October. Man, October just flew by. I didn't even feel like Halloween. There was not that sense of like that, that cool feeling of Halloween. So I'm really, really looking forward to this October 2026, man, going back to Boston. So,
yeah, because, lot to show you. Still some stuff we didn't get a chance to do in Salem, Boston. Beckham, where I was just discussing with someone where to go, I think either next weekend or the weekend after, is that the Speakeasy arcade.
No, Shelly, it's not in April. It's in May. Shelly has the wrong month.
Oh. Crime Con is May. Yeah. Beckham, you liked that Speakeasy arcade.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. You think you go to a grilled cheese place and there's like one of the coolest arcades that's it's in the back, it's a Speakeasy.
Yeah, and of course Danny's trying all these drinks they have. Didn't you have like their oh, I gotta try their signature drink, whatever. I don't know. It was you and Shelly had like these weird drinks. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, Shelly. I forget what those were.
Y'all
but they
had
were
some y'all had some weird their signature weird drinks because that's what you do. You either have you either taste the facility or the places out like their house alcoholic drink, or if it's a coffee shop, their coffee shop, their coffee drink, whatever it might be, whatever their specialty might be. That is who Danny is.
And if they have a T-shirt, I'm going to buy it. Like, I'm just a very simple girl. I'm a simple girl. Get me a coffee, a T-shirt, a cat, and maybe a cocktail, and life is great. Yeah. All right. I know I just missed a bunch in the chat, so I don't want to. Auntie Mimi is here. Hello, Auntie Mimi. Good to see you. Let's see. Danny should just throw a handful of gold stars at me at the beginning of the show. I know, James, you've been crushing it lately with the gold stars. Let's see. I miss Boston. I know, Christian. We got slammed today with snow. We were supposed to get only like 2 to 3 inches. We got, depending on the area of where you are here, some got up to 8 and some got a foot. It was just crazy. Like no one was prepared for the amount that we got, but it's New England. So it could be sunny and 80 tomorrow. Who the heck knows? Let's see. Beckham. Oh, what is this? Beckham sounds extra Texan tonight.
What?
Well,
oh, hello. Little lady.
Oh,
well,
God.
hello there, little lady.
Yeah, so Shelly, there's the Crime Story Fest convention in October. There's a lot going on. So, yeah. Beckham, if you were born rich instead of beautiful, you wouldn't have to work.
Yeah, I know. That's my fault. I don't sound Texan. That sounded like Elvis.
Shelly, I think we could have a whole hour conversation right now, but I don't know. My daughter.
Will you tell the audience about October now that it has its own website and everything, and who's running it?
Crime Story. I will post the Crime Story Fest link, and we'll leave it at that for a reason.
Oh, okay. Go check it out, y'all. Check out the website.
Oh my God. So it's going to be so exciting. It's going to be so cool. I will say, it's so funny. The Boston crime tours with Omar. So we're going to work with Omar, maybe get a little private group tour going. The Liz was there for this, so she can attest. Omar is the only man or person. I'm 41 years old right now. Omar is the only man who has ever said, "Follow me down this alley," and I've willingly done it. I'm just saying. And I live to tell the tale. So it must be that good a tour.
Liz said it was really good. She wanted to go back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Liz,
okay.
The second he mentioned Whitey Bulger, Liz was like, yeah, it was like a group tour that, I just found online. And I was like, hey, who wants to go? And me, Liz, and another friend did. And the second he mentioned Whitey Bulger, Liz legit just went in front of the group, and her and him were just walking and chatting. And I'm just like, yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, Liz is obsessed and knows everything about the Whitey Bulger case. She knows every detail. But anyway, yeah, it's so funny because I said to Omar, I'm like, you were the only person that some strange guy I just met that said, hey, follow me down this alley. And I willingly did. So.
Remember that tour we took on the bus?
Oh, the trolley tour in Salem. Oh, then we also did the duck tour in Boston.
Which one was which was the one that Shelly almost wrecked the boat into the wall?
That was the duck tour in Boston because they go into the water. You're being a little harsh. She's
like, I could drive anything. Man. And sure enough, we're going right into the wall. The lady was like, ma'am, could you please move out of the way?
You are so bad. Oh, Shelly, don't take that shit. I'm just saying. Oh, more snowstorms coming. Thanks, Auntie Mimi, for bringing down the mood. Oh God. So, all right, folks, we're about 20 minutes in. Let's go ahead and jump into things. But before I do that, Beckham, did I miss anything or no?
Get some Beckham candles.
Wow. Even I'm not that grifting, but if you want your own Beckham candle, the merch link is down below. There's also a Beckham shirt.
Get it all.
Get it all. You know, we
Hey,
need to
I sign stuff for free, by the way. So
at CrimeCon.
Anywhere.
What if you really charge someone? I would be livid. If at my booth at CrimeCon someone messaged me and goes, "Yeah, that guy Beckham charged me $20 for an autograph."
I'd be like, "Oh, hey, you know what? I'll take a coffee shop."
I can assure you, everybody, at Crime Story Fest in October, because Beckham will be there, he will not be charging anyone for any autographs, any pictures. He is there for his fans. I don't know if I've met any Beckham fans, but I'm sure they exist. So if you want to meet him, yeah, charging for an autograph, you're horrible. Beckham boxers. No, there needs to be a new merch shirt. There needs, from the last show, the math ain't mathin'. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Shelly.
Math
Give it to a
ain't
cat.
mathin' with Mr. Beckham.
Do a cat charity. That's good.
Okay. All right. So let's start with tonight. Brendan Banfield. So we haven't really talked about this. I think maybe once, if anything. But I know this is one I've been talking about behind the scenes, like especially with like coworkers. So quick story. When it went to the jury to then deliberate, one of my coworkers called me that morning, and I pick up and she's yelling in the background to some other staff. She's like, jury watch, we're on jury watch. And I'm like, wait, hello, what? And it was the funniest thing. She's so invested in this. And she's, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? I love this said coworker. Oh my gosh. It was that's how, like, I literally got to work and she called my phone and was just like, we're on jury watch. I'm like, I know. Okay. So if you're like,
this is another one of those, why don't you just get a divorce cases? Why, Daddy?
I wish I had the answer.
Why do they do this? Why do people do it?
Because they think they are smart enough.
Oh my god.
So let me just give you guys the headline.
Oh, so was there an insurance
we're referencing?
So
Brendan Banfield has been found guilty in the murder of his wife, Christine Banfield, and Joseph Ryan, who was lured to the home. If you're wondering who is this Joseph, we're going to get to that. But Beckham, that is the $1 million question. People are, in my opinion, if you disagree, let me know, so selfish and so narcissistic to think everybody else gets caught doing it. I'm going to get away with it, and I'm not going to get caught. Meanwhile, now there's kids that don't have either parent, and this happens over and over and over and over. Beckham, what about you?
There's been stories like this. I think we've talked about it. Like, why does just get a divorce, right? I mean, I guess it could sometimes be for the money or insurance policy, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. Usually the kids are older when that happens, though. The kids are like 18 or in the 20s. Mm-hmm. So it's an older couple thing.
Or the kids are younger and they don't want to give custody.
Right. So it's never in the middle. It's always like one or the two, right? So it's like I think I spent time on a case before where neighbors and they cheated on each other, and then they ended up killing I think they killed everybody. The person goes crazy and killed the kid. It is just so horrible, man. Over simplicity of like, look, okay, I don't love you no. Something happened. I just don't love you no more. Okay, thanks. Hey, man, do you remember that song by Guns N' Roses? What is it?
November Rain.
November Rain. Like when that one particular line in the song where it says, where he says, some things never. What is that line where it's like basically? I know I gotta go Google it now, but people change, right? People can change. That's the line or something like that. People change.
And That's fine.
I that's my whole point. Yes, and that's yeah. You can maybe you got married in your 20s, and when you're 45, you might hate that person or something that you just don't get along anymore, whatever. But now you have a family, and now you have responsibilities, right? That you didn't before. And like, why? I've never understood it, man. I've never understood why you just don't get divorced. But again, like you said, it's about ego. It's maybe about an insurance policy. It's maybe losing custody. I mean, there's so many different reasons, but it still just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So many people are affected by it, including the children and things like that. So.
I mean, I know so many people who have happy marriages, so many people that have gotten divorced, and it's been the best of situations for divorce where it's like they're still great friends, and it's like you are goals in regards to what a divorce should look like because it was the best, most respectful way it could be done. And I've seen the opposite of that too. But never in those cases that I know, I'd like to think, that murdering their partner was ever like across their mind for whatever reason. But nonetheless, okay, we're going to be talking Corey Richens later too. So another one, female murdering her husband. But let's get to Brendan Banfield because we haven't really talked a lot about him. So this is, if you guys have seen like news headlines about the au pair murder and the au pair trial, this is the case that it's been referring to. So prosecutors argued that Brendan plotted with the family au pair who he was having an affair with to lure another man, Joseph Ryan, into the Banfield home from a fetish wear website and frame him for the murder of his wife, Christine. So if you're like, wait, what did you just say? So Brendan having an affair with the au pair. Together, they decide Christine needs to go. The wife needs to go. Let's hire some random guy. So Joseph Ryan was just collateral in all of this. From a fetish website into the house, acting as though Christine brought him in, and then it will look like we can frame him for the murder of Christine. So, and I'll break it down a little bit more, but that's just like the gist of how that went. Hey, Tony, good to see you.
Hello, Tony.
In the end, Brendan was convicted of 2 counts of aggravated murder, a firearms offense, and child endangerment. The child endangerment count is because, Beckham, what did we just talk about? His 4-year-old daughter was in the home at the time of their murders.
Jeez, dude. Well, hopefully she won't remember nothing, but I don't know.
Shame. Like, shame. So Brendan, when the verdict was announced, appeared pretty emotionless, to be perfectly honest.
Right.
He is sentenced, the sentencing is scheduled for May 8th, but it's expected he's going to get life in prison. In Virginia, where this happened, the mandatory penalty for the highest murder charge is life in prison. So in regards to like, what is the motive? Obviously, the au pair has a story. Brendan has a story. The prosecution has a story. Where does the truth lie? So Brendan was fact having an affair with the au pair, Juliana Perez, and I'm probably going to say her last name wrong, Megales. They were in love. They plotted to get rid of Brendan's wife, Christine, so they could be together. Beckham, what's so funny?
I'm just having the chat. That's all, James. Sorry.
All right.
I'm having to multitask, Danny. I'm listening to you and following, and then having to engage in the chat with our fans.
Wow. And I mean, I can't be mad at you. You were here on time.
You can't. So eat it.
Oh, God. So together, Brendan and Juliana, the au pair, created fake accounts to pose as Christine on a fetish website to lure men. And they lured Joseph Ryan to the home under the guise of, all right, disclaimer, a consensual but violent kind of act of basically pretend to break in and rape. Juliana, the au pair, testified to this on the stand. What happened at the scene was Brendan fatally stabbed Christine and then shot Joseph when Joseph tried to intervene. Again, Joseph was just complete collateral damage in this. They wanted to frame Joseph Like he murdered Christine, and then, Brendan comes in and saves the day.
That's
And then
crazy,
now,
dude. This is insane.
yeah, this wasn't just murdering your
Wow.
spouse. Now an innocent person, and your 4-year-old daughter was in the house at the time. Like, come on. So Brendan then staged the crime scene, of course, again, to try to make it look like Joseph's murdered Christine, and then the act of killing Joseph was in self-defense. Brendan took the stand in his own defense. I was not expecting that, to be honest. I know some people said he kind of had to explain this away. He did, but we've seen some where they just don't take the stand, but he did. In this case, he did take the stand. He acknowledged the affair, but denied any plans to kill Christine. He also said that him and Juliana broke up at different times in their affair and were not actively in a relationship the day of the killings. Okay.
Right.
He didn't say around the time. He said the day of the killings. What does that mean? You broke up with her the night before? Like, what does that mean? Come on.
Well, hello.
So the day of the murders, what Brendan's statement is, he's saying he left for a work meeting and went to the local McDonald's. And while he was at the local McDonald's, Juliana called him to say, because again, the au pair, saying she just saw a strange man enter the family home. Brendan said, I think my wife is having an affair. So he drove home to investigate. He said Juliana followed him into the home, up the stairs, and they left the 4-year-old alone in the basement. Brendan said he entered the bedroom with his service weapon drawn and came upon Joseph Ryan attacking a naked Christine. Again, this is what Brendan's saying. He testified he announced himself as police and shot Joseph after he repeatedly stabbed Christine. Juliana then fired a second shot at Joseph with Brendan's personal firearm. Again, 4-year-olds in the house. Brendan said he never told Juliana to get the gun from his safe or to shoot Joseph. But the thing is, Juliana testified that before the murder happened, Brendan took her to a shooting range and told her and basically explained to her how to shoot, and he gave her the gun that morning. So, Beckham, what's your new saying? The math ain't mathin'.
Yep,
the jury did not buy
math is not mathin'.
Yeah, the math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin' for them either. They didn't buy any of what he said, and they came back with the guilty verdict. So if you're saying, okay, well, that's Brendan, what about Juliana and her role? She was arrested for Joseph Ryan's murder in October 2023, and a year later is when she agreed to cooperate with prosecutors against Brendan in exchange for a recommendation, not a guarantee, but a recommendation that she be sentenced to time served. I don't think she should get off that easy.
No way.
No, so Christine is now dead.
That's crazy, dude.
Joseph Ryan, who was just collateral, is now dead. And there's a 4-year-old who now does not have any parents. And let me just get time served and go against my boyfriend. No. I mean, I don't have a damn say. It's up to the judge. But Beckham, what do you think of this?
This is just insane. Wow. She should just get charged completely different on a different scale. Oh, man.
Maybe life with a possibility of parole in like 25 or 30 years or something. But time served.
It's up to the judge, man. I mean, I get it, but also, I mean, the charges were there, but I don't know. It's just...
Yeah. It's just so outrageous. What is this? Mortar Danny is a Lord of the Rings fan. I am not a Lord of the Rings fan. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
I mean, I guess they felt that she had to cooperate. I mean, I don't know, man.
I mean, they definitely needed her to solidify their case. Otherwise, they wouldn't have, had her cut the deal that she did. But again, it's not a guarantee. It's just a recommendation. We'll see what happens in this. Again, this sentencing is May 8th, which is a holiday for many of you people. Beckham, what holiday is that?
I don't know. It's not a holiday for me. May the 8th? You mean May the 4th?
Oh, that's May 4th.
May the 4th, dude. May the 4th. Come on now. Oh my God, Danny, really? Oh,
That's
James,
so funny
please
because I
help.
was like,
James, please help. Please help.
May the 4th be with you. May the 8th be with. Yeah, then no, that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, to be fair, I'm only
Then
into Star Wars for
then you have May the 5th, like Return of the 5th. Like May the 5th.
I was Mark Hamill's the only reason I watch Star Wars, folks. Wow.
James is like, Beckham, may the 8th be with you always. All right, that's a comment of the night right there, man.
Oh God.
That's the comment of the year.
Where's the Liz? She would kill me.
Oh my God, that's
Kill me.
funny.
What's the time mark? I'll have to make sure to tell Liz.
Like, I don't know.
I'll send Liz a screen grab after this. She's gonna be like, "Why am I your friend?" Oh God. All right. Now that
well,
I've
K
shown
Dog,
my
okay, K Dog, it's because it's a smaller police department or sheriff's department, and this, nothing really ever happens there. That's why I just don't have resources, and they're
For
not
what?
used. He's talking about Arizona.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Let's put a pin in that, but we'll get there. Okay. So
May the 8th be with you always.
oh God. Going from let's just go into Corey Richens. Let's just get it over with. So the trial for Corey Richens is expected to begin this month. We have talked about her for quite some couple of years now, and she's finally going to be going to trial. I mean, she's not happy about it. They're trying everything, but quick reminder, she is charged with murder and accused of fatally poisoning her husband, Eric Richens, in March of 2022. He was only 39 at the time he was poisoned and passed away. She is also charged with attempting to murder him weeks earlier on Valentine's Day. So Corey is ordered to stand trial on the charges of aggravated murder, attempted murder, both first-degree felonies, 2 counts of distributing a controlled substance, 2 counts of insurance fraud, and 2 counts of filing a fraudulent insurance claim. And those are all second-degree felonies. And then 3 counts of forgery, which is a third-degree felony. I can't talk tonight, folks.
Dude, she's got a lot on her plate, man. Holy smokes.
She will face a separate trial for 2 counts of mortgage fraud, a second-degree felony, and 2 additional counts of forgery, a third-degree felony. So all of this is after Judge Richard Mazarek denied the defense's request this past Monday to move the trial to Salt Lake County. So there's a whole back and forth right now with the defense attorneys, and there's currently questionnaires that are being distributed from 2 potential jurors and lists of witnesses and exhibits as being prepared for jury selection to begin. And jury selection is scheduled to begin next week. So the defense was arguing about the questionnaires, that they show that even more people are familiar with the case than the survey their last motion relied on. But in the end, prosecutors argued to the court that they were able to find fair and impartial potential jury members. And almost half of the people that filled out the questionnaire said they actually never heard of the case or have never followed it at all. So Beckham, what does that show? The math ain't mathin' for the defense.
Dude, whatever. I mean, come on, man. Like, they're just trying to get away. You're just trying to figure out a way to either prolong it, get ready, get more prepared, or just kind of maybe just to where the prosecution makes a mistake, just something, man. I mean, those are a lot of charges, and they wouldn't have just brought all those charges if they felt they didn't have anything going. You know what I mean? Like if they felt the case was not solid and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Absolutely. So a hearing is scheduled for Monday, February 9th, where attorneys are expected to review jury instructions, and then potential jurors will be brought in on Tuesday, February 10th. So that is next week, folks. The trial will begin February 23rd.
Oh, that's on a couple of weeks.
I know. So what I found interesting was the trial is expected to end by March 27th. I found that very interesting because that's a very specific date to say, oh, it will be over by then. We'll see what happens. Will the defense, I'm sure, try to pull any last minute punches to try to get things delayed? I am sure. They have been doing this all along. If you've been following this for the last couple of years, that's what they've been doing. But as of now, it's kind of full steam ahead. So things are starting up next week.
I'm pretty sure we'll come back around once the trial starts, and then
we will be
towards the
covering
end
that
of
for
March and all
sure.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So yes, let's stay tuned for that. All right.
You should have said murder was the case. You should have named tonight, the show tonight. Murder was the case.
Murder was, just name it like divorce is an option.
Yeah.
Because again,
oh man, I mean, I don't know.
They have kids. Yeah. So now the kids lost their father and their mother's in jail. And if their mother's found guilty,
they're going to go to the system. Or family. I mean, you know what I mean.
So people are so.
It's tough. Still to me, even if you go with family, like if that, dude, it's just awkward. Like you're never gonna be feel like unless the family you go to has no kids. But you're always gonna be like an outsider, no matter what.
Well, even in
you know what I mean. Like even if they put you with the grandparents or some uncle and aunt, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
I know, and you're taking away that from your children.
Even if, like you said, a grandparent or an aunt and uncle,
right.
Even if you had the best loving supportive family network, at the end of the day, they still have to, there's that struggle internally of one of my parents was murdered and the other one did it.
And you're always going to be looked at that, oh, there's that so-and-so kid.
Yeah.
Or there's, and even by family, I'm telling you, man, even by your own family. And this is the way it is. No family's perfect. And it's always going to just be like, oh, there's, like I said, oh, there's them, or there's that. And then let's talk about it. You want to talk about it? No, it's always going to be in the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always going
to, it really is, man.
It's heartbreaking. So yeah, we will cover this trial when it happens. And I'm very curious to see how Corey presents in court. I'm a very big people watcher and observer, and that's one thing I'm very much looking forward to is seeing her.
Kind of like I watched Silence of the Lambs last night. I hadn't seen it in a long time. And Clarice, the female character, she remember her mom had died when she was younger. Her dad was a sheriff or something, right? And she had the best relationship with her dad. Of course, it was her only parent left. And at the time she was 10, and her dad ends up coming across a robbery, and he engages the two robbers, and of course he ends up dying in a shootout. So it left her alone as a 10-year-old with no other the only immediate family was an uncle and aunt, I think, in the story, where she had to go live on a ranch. Now, of course, they took her in. And it just wasn't right. I mean, yeah, they were nice, but they had a farm. And of course, things that happen on that farm, that their livelihood is, if you remember the story, I mean, you said you watched it 1,000 times. So anyway, it's like, remember the goat, was it the goat or the lamb or something? That's the lamb. That's why it's called Silence of the Lamb. The lamb, and she just trying to, they have a business, and she's trying to protect the lamb and all that. And then it just poured on the more mental stuff, right? And she had to leave, and she couldn't live with them and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just using that as a kind of an example of what could happen to this child because of what the husband and wife, or of the murder. So it's just, you leave these children up to other people to raise, even though it's the immediate family. It might not be always the perfect scenario that you think it's going to be. It's never going to be that. And my whole point is you're taking that away from the child.
in doing it in an intentional way. It's not like, sad
Right.
things happen
Sometimes
every day.
right. Sometimes do happen. Right.
Accidents,
Yeah, accidents
sickness.
happen. That's a good point. You're right.
This
But
was
not
a planned
this was a
thing.
planned, intentional. Right. Exactly. Yes. And it just makes it even worse to recover from. When it's an accident, yeah, of course you're gonna have that time to like reflect and everything like that. But when it's like this, something like that, this magnitude, it's like, it's like it's like it's different. It's completely different, man. It's always gonna be in the that anguish is gonna be there all the time for the entire life,
Yeah.
for their entire life. And it's just
Yeah.
a sad thing, man.
I mean, yeah, we just, me and Liz talked about, and when we went to the Brian Walsh trial, another example. Those 3 kids, they're now in the custody of the state. It's heartbreaking.
That's even worse when they has to go. And I just posted a link in another thing about how the kids that have to go to foster homes and all kinds of stuff, and they go into the system a lot. There's a lot of things that happen in those systems, man, to these kids. A lot can happen in those systems, and it's just even worse. Makes it even worse than what they could have been involved in.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if it's so sad because Beckham, this won't be the last example of a case that's going to come up. Probably, I'd say within a month, there's going to be another case that we're going to be talking about where another spouse it's again and again and again, and it's so frustrating because it's like, hello, just divorce.
What's wrong with
It's
math and
expensive.
mathin'?
Deal
What's
with
wrong
it.
with it? Huh?
It's like,
Oh,
divorce.
yeah, divorce,
Deal with
right?
it.
Well, yeah, of course, but
Don't leave this child with a murdered parent and now you're in jail. But it's, oh no, everybody
I
else
think
got
it's
caught.
more. I
I
mean,
won't.
I'm starting to feel it's more ego. I've seen families break up with it, dude. I've seen it happen a couple times, and you know what it was? It was more ego than anything.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. In those cases, there were divorce happened, right, and all that.
Yeah.
But the fighting and bickering and all, and there's kids involved. It's more ego than anything.
I mean, regardless.
They don't want to lose. They think they're in the right.
Mm-hmm. Custody, money,
and then the custody and
the
everything.
house,
Yes. I'm a better parent than you are. Oh, really? No, I don't think I'm a better parent than you are. And then again, it's ego and all that. Rather than being about the kid, but the child, it becomes an ego thing, an ego battle between both parties.
Yeah.
And I honestly think it's the ego.
I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that. It's horrific. It's horrific. So yeah, we'll keep you updated.
You sprinkle a life insurance policy in there, possibly. That makes it even more tempting, or if you want to use that word.
We could go. Oh God, we could do a whole show.
There's a lot of psychology behind all of that.
Oh yeah.
But I just think the easiest thing is just to say why. To me, it's the egos going back.
Greed.
The greed and ego, right?
Ego, greed. Yeah. They can't be. I did it for my kids.
No, I didn't.
Really?
No, it's not that.
Really?
No, it's never that. Right.
Oh gosh. Okay. So next, Wade Wilson. We remember.
Oh God. Don't. And it's not the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, y'all. Let's get the name right. The only Wade Wilson I've ever known was a quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. He coached a little bit for the Dallas Cowboys. It's not that guy. This is a different Wade Wilson. Let's just clear that.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually pull up a photo.
It is not the football player Wade Wilson.
Oh, nope, that's a YouTube thing. I don't want to do that. I just literally want a picture of him. We've talked about him.
Besides the Wade Wilson, I'm talking about the football player. That guy's probably in his 60s. That guy's in his 60s anyway.
If I can share screen. All right, I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get copyrighted on somebody else's content, but that's him. Don't mind the little play button in the middle.
Bro, before you, that guy, oh my God.
Yeah, that guy with all the face tattoos, that's the Wade Wilson we're talking about.
He either has a new show on Prime or Netflix or something. I don't know. He's got a new documentary But before we go there, so real quick about the phrase "mathin' ain't mathin'." Apparently it's an old phrase. Apparently, K-Dog heard that phrase in 1976 in math class or something.
Wow.
I don't know what to say. It's like I thought it was just made up like not within like 10 years or so, or like since COVID or something. I don't know.
Oh, here's a better picture. Let me show that.
Apparently the mathin' ain't mathin' has been around for 40 years.
Yeah, this is
that guy has that dude has a special on one of the apps. Hey, Danny, use the picture. Yes. You should do that for every case.
So anyway, why are we talking Wade Wilson? He was found guilty. He was convicted. So quick reminder of how he got to where he was, and then what is the news this week. So he was found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of Christine Melton, 35 years old, and Diane Ruiz, 43 years old, in separate but closely connected incidents. So when he was found guilty, a judge sentenced him to 2 death sentences. This means that Wade Wilson will ideally spend the rest of his life on Florida's death row unless his appeals succeed. Well, what has he done this week? Why are we talking about him? He is appealing his death sentences. That is his legal right to do so, but it's just, again, they never go away. So I'm not familiar with Florida's death row in regards to how quickly somebody gets executed after being put on death row. Right now everywhere it's a long time, so it's not quick like it used to be, but he's going to be back in the news because every little thing from trial is going to get picked apart from his defense team, which again, that is their job and that's his legal right.
Sure. Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Do you think the murder rate would go down if people actually, they were tried, had a trial and everything, were found guilty of murder and sentenced to death, but actually put to death like a month later? Like you got put to death. Do you think do you honestly think it would go down?
No.
You don't think it would? No.
I think, going back to what we talked about earlier, and this is just my opinion, Beckham or anybody in the chat, feel free to disagree, but I think of the world we're in right now compared to what it was like 50, 100 years ago. I mean, law enforcement has it, I hate to say they have it easy, but like they're cell phone tracking, there's cameras everywhere. I mean, you're always on you're watched in some capacity, right? So it's very easier than it used to be. I think people still think they're the smartest one in the room. And before they do the crime, I think a lot of people think, I'm not going to get caught, or I'm going to plan this and I'm not going to get caught. Everybody else did, but I won't.
That goes back to ego. I'm telling you.
It does. And that's why I think, to answer your question, I don't think people would stop from doing the crime because they don't think they're going to get caught in the first.
That fear would not even be like, I'm not.
Yeah, because to them, I'm not going to be on death row because I'm not going to get caught. That's just my opinion. But I don't know.
It's going to happen no matter what. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's been happening since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Let's go back old school gladiator fights. What were we like? People were like, oh, it's a part of history. That was.
Well, you had to either fight. You had to fight you either were going to fight or get killed. Or your only chance was to fight back, because if you didn't fight, you were going to get mauled by a tiger or a lion or something anyway.
Like the Salem witch trials, like there was just so many things. Like I'm listening to something actually on a podcast about satanic panic, and it's just like at a time when like people just, if you wanted to be evil and point the finger, that's all it took. If I just pointed the finger Beckham's way, He's done. He's done.
Contraire, my fair. I have a cannon right here.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna say candle. You're like, I got a box of candles I will hurl at you. But it's just like things don't change. It's just the ways they go about it do.
The only thing that is just like, how is somebody on death row for like 30 years? Like, dude, okay, they're on death. Okay, maybe the max should be like 5. Okay, you're on death row. It gives you time to learn the Bible and ask for forgiveness, become religious, whatever. But you're still gonna get dead in 5 years. I don't know. I don't think somebody should be on death row for more than 5 years. It's so dumb.
That's a whole thing. Because I mean, there's people that are,
I don't get it. I don't understand
the amount of money it costs.
I know they get 3 meals. 2 or 3 meals a day. I don't know how many, but 2 or 3 meals a day.
Think of like the homeless populations places, like the
death row. They get some decent. Well, I mean, maybe not the best insurance medically, but if there's something wrong with them medically, they get taken care of, right? If they get exercise and a roof over their head, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's expensive to keep. It's expensive to keep criminals. It's not cheap.
Oh my God. No, it is not. It is not. And who's paying for it? We are. It's the taxpayer. But then people will argue, well,
you're taking away their freedom.
And what if you wrongly, execute someone and they were found not guilty by,
I think in modern time, with technology being better, policing being a little bit better, all of that stuff, I think modern time we should move forward where the death penalty is not 30 years or whatever. If they get to appeal it, that's fine. We move the case along. It's just we make it really more difficult on ourselves, I think, as a society to harbor. And that's a thing of mine. I'm sorry, but we make it really easy to harbor criminals, whether it's on the streets or in the system, right? So I don't think they should be kept as long. Like I don't think they should be kept for like 15, 20 years. What's the point, man? What is literally the point? Like 5, give them 5. 5 is enough. At least with 5, you get to read, like I said, hey man, they read the Bible, and the Bible, it says an eye for an eye, a tooth for whatever, a tooth for, tooth for a tooth. Like, hey, okay, you took a life, your life's gonna get taken. But in that time, you can become religious. You can be forgiven if you believe in that, you can be forgiven for your sins, and you go to heaven once you die. But you know what? You still were punished for what you did. And it doesn't take more than 5 years to read the Bible. If that's all you had to do, because what else are you gonna do? Anyway, that's just the thing in mind. I'm sorry.
No, it's all relevant. Brian Hearn, I saw you sneak in the chat here. Hello, I just gave you a wrench on. So which will give you the ability to post any links or anything if you want to. So welcome. Hope you're doing good. But no, I mean, I covered years ago the case of Carla Faye Tucker, and that was out of Texas. She was on death row and found God and did all of these things, and then the big movement of like, well, she's rehabilitated. Should she be put to death? And that was a big thing. Yeah, not necessarily getting into like, pro-life versus, death penalty in regard.
No, we're not talking about that.
But
we're literally talking about
like the jail system and prison system is reform. So then it's like there's so many things to it.
No, I'm not talking about. To me, reform is different. To me, reform is like, hey, I committed a robbery. I'm going to go for 5 years. Okay, hey, let's get out of that mentality. You can get educated in there, right? You come out, you can do better for yourself. That's a whole different thing. I'm talking about murder, man. Like these 2 cases we've talked about, strategic murder. That's a whole other thing there.
I agree with you. I mean, I was always, I think, the mean one when we did our Manson Saga discussion show.
I mean, I'm not talking about like, you're going away for like theft, or you're going away for like if you stole a car, you go to federal prison, or you rob a bank, or or things like that, where you know, that kind of thing, right? But like a strategic murder, or you murder like 3 people or something crazy.
Mm.
I mean, you can give them all the psychology you want, dude. Are they really gonna be like? I don't know.
No, I agree. I said it back when we did our Manson Saga show,
5
and I'll
years
say it
is
again.
enough to find religion and get forgiven of your sins. If that's
My
what
thought is eye for an eye
if
and then
that's
some. That's just
if that's your reason, that's the route you want to go, then okay, 5 years is plenty of time. Not 25 or 30 years.
mhm.
That's too long. That's dude. What are we doing? And
Beckham
I'm not
being
talking about
accused.
life. I'm just talking about the death penalty. That's
No, I know, I know,
that's
I
a
know.
whole different thing than the life thing, right? So
Yeah, but
that's
no,
something
we see that all the time. Someone's on death
that's
row for like 25 years, and it's like,
that's a whole different trial. That's a whole different, those are different charges. Those are different different things happening there. I'm talking about you get sentenced to death. You get the death penalty.
yeah.
Well, speaking of
Well,
the death penalty, I was gonna, are we the linguini guy? That's
oh
you know.
God, we'll be talking about Luigi tonight. But to go back to Wade Wilson,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
he's
I'm
no, no,
like,
no. It's all relevant. I'm really glad you brought this up because it is all relevant
and,
because
you know,
part of their what they can do is appeal their death sentences, and these are things that take a long time. So we're still going to be arguing with him for a while. I don't know how long that appeals process will take. Again, this is Florida. Things are very different in Florida, but again, he is doing his legal right to file an appeal for these death sentences. So we will keep you posted on that. But likewise, Corey Richens and Brendan Banfield, who we just talked about, granted, he's been found guilty. Corey still needs to go to court, but Brendan will have the right to appeal whatever the sentence is May 8th, which is not Star Wars Day, I've been told. But but yeah, Corey, if found guilty, will have the right to appeal too. And it's just, this will go on and on and on. So,
and like this guy has a documentary on Netflix or whatever the app is, but what's that about?
I've not seen it. Y'all know how I am.
Is he making money off of it? Is it about like what kind of, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not even remotely interested in watching it, but does it, what is it? Is it the story? Is it something portraying him a certain way? You know what I mean? Like, why does he even get that?
I have my own opinions, but Netflix tries to.
I don't know if it's Netflix. It's either Prime, Netflix, and I don't have the other one anymore, so it's not the other one. It's not Peacock because I don't have that anymore. But
Apple.
it's one of those apps, man. I don't have Apple, but it's one of them where it's available, so you could watch it. So it's probably Prime.
Okay. Well, if anybody has seen it, feel free to comment in the chat here or comment on the video if you're catching it on replay, and let us know. Let us know what you thought of it. We have a couple of good comments here. I don't want them to go to waste. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Reverend Beckham is testifying. I'm going to give you a star for that.
They don't know what I do every week, do they?
I'll tune in for Beckham's Sunday morning service.
They don't know what I'm actually doing once a week, do they?
They do not. You know what? If I could get, one, I like to sleep in, but yeah, Beckham's Sunday service. Imagine that.
You would
Kels,
watch,
thank
Danny.
you. Paramount.
It is Paramount. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kels. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Kels, have you seen it, or are you just familiar that it's on Paramount? Just curious. If one is a tattoo, you've already gone down the wrong path. I have a lot of tattoos. And I consider myself going down the wrong path.
I think he's talking about the neck area and
the face tats. I mean, I know people that have that, and I don't consider. I'm very pro tattoo though, and a tattoo, like if someone's, we've seen. Okay, how many cases have we covered of criminals who don't even have a single tattoo? So, like, what does ink really mean? Nothing.
Hey man, Hannibal Lecter didn't have no tattoos and was one of the most evil criminals in TV.
Okay.
Wait, I don't think he did. Did he?
I
Oh,
don't think so.
the other guy did. That Billy the goat guy, Billy whatever.
Billy the Kid?
No, the other killer in the movie, Billy something. Billy.
Oh, okay.
He had like
Sorry.
a country name because he was from Kentucky or something. I don't know. Billy something. He was keeping his marks on a tattoo on his hand, like his little the kills that he had. That's how he was tattooing. He would tattoo himself.
Oh, okay. Kels has spoken. Yes, I've
Oh, so
seen
it doesn't
and
make him
it's in
look any
3
good. Oh,
parts.
okay.
It doesn't make him look good. Okay. Okay. No, thank you. That's good to know. Would you, Kels, would you recommend people watch it though?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah, was it any good? I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I
would
probably
you
won't watch
recommend
it,
it?
but
I knew nothing about him when I watched it. Okay. Okay, good to know.
Buffalo Bill. That's the guy's
What's with
name.
you and goats tonight?
I was
This
like
is
Buffalo.
the second reference you've made to a goat.
Dude, we used to have a kid in the elementary school, and we used to make fun of him. His name was Billy. We used to call him Billy the Goat. God,
Kids can be so cruel.
I know.
So cruel. Oh gosh. Well, while we're yeah, Kels, let us know if you would recommend it.
Buffalo Bill, that was his name.
Buffalo Bill.
The skin crawler. He liked to wear people's border. I don't fuck how he would do.
And what was he based off of?
Buffalo Bill?
You know,
The skin crawler. Ed Gein, yeah.
Ed Gein.
Yeah, because the Buffalo Bill character, he liked to skin the back or something. I don't know. It was weird. Like their backs.
So let's get to another one of Beckham already dropped his name earlier,
Gross.
but Beckham. Yeah, this is one guy that Beckham is very interested in following.
I was right because I was right. I've been right about this kid the entire time.
Calm down. Calm down. Luigi Mangione. So Luigi was in court yesterday and reportedly had an outburst in court when Judge Gregory Caro set a June 8th, 2026 trial date for the state. And we will get into that. Let me quickly, I just want to make sure. Okay, yes, it was interesting. Lots of police body camera shots, phone calls in jail. Oh, interesting.
I've heard an interesting take to this case this week.
An interesting what, Beckham?
Take, like a reasoning for
Luigi?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to read through this first, or do you want to
Let me talk about it at the end. I just remembered.
Okay. So, yeah, in regards to the outburst that he had yesterday and why him and his team are so outraged. So they are talking, like Luigi and his team are saying this is, quote, double jeopardy, end quote, because he's essentially being tried twice, for state and for federal. So the judge yesterday set the June 8th trial date for the state. So this means that the defense is saying, quote, it's the same trial twice. 1 + 1 = 2. This is
math is mathing.
Really?
I had to. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I apologize. I just had to.
I could have finished the sentence, but that's okay. I'm going to screen grab that. All right. So let me repeat. Quote, it's the same trial twice. 1 + 1 = 2. This is double jeopardy by any common sense definition, end quote. And Luigi Mangione shouted at reporters as the court officers led him out of the room. So, well, hello, Paulcast. Good to see you. Actually, that's a lie. No, it's not. Hi, Paul. Let's be honest. If you missed my interview with Paul from the Paulcast, go check it out. I think it has like 2 views. No, I'm just kidding. No, people liked it. Good to see you, Paul. Wow. I want to take away every star you've ever got and any star you've ever received.
I don't think James meant it in that capacity. I think he meant it in the capacity of hanging from a tree.
Okay, because I was just like,
Go.
what?
You gotta go. You gotta go one up.
Okay. So one of Luigi, let's just get back to Luigi. I can't process this right now. So one of Luigi's lawyers, the infamous Karen Friedman Agnifilo, also claimed in court that they wouldn't be ready for the trial in June. The judge very promptly and like took no bullshit, and all the judge said was, quote, be ready, end quote. So the judge set the October 12th date trial for the federal case. So again, June for state, October for federal.
Mr. Jinx. Oh my God, that's dude.
All the
Jinx,
misfits are coming out
Mr.
tonight.
Jinx heard a word, and he's like, "Oh, I had to go hear what's going on there."
Jinx, it's been a while. Good
Hey,
to
look.
see you.
The sound of whistle. Zoop, zoop.
Oh God. All right, let me finish this. Agnifilo said, quote, Your Honor, Mr. Mangione is being put in an untenable position. This is a tug of war between two prosecution offices, unquote. End quote. They basically said it's unfair that Luigi's being tried on two things, again, federal and state. But like, if that's what it's called for based on what he's being charged with. So anyway, Luigi's attorneys are trying to push for the federal trial to go first, because if that happens, it would bar the state from being able to try after, because of the state's, because then this happened in New York, the state's double jeopardy protections. However, on the flip side, if the state trial happens first, then the federal trial can still follow. So it makes sense that Luigi's attorneys are trying to, as much, they're saying they don't want both, so they're trying to get it switched. It's not going to happen. The trial dates are already set. The state is going first. So it's not going to happen. Victim Thompson's family, they have made statements, and they're saying that Luigi Mangione, should go on trial in the state court case first. So that's their take on this. But yeah, headlines yesterday were crazy with Luigi has an outburst in court, so on and so forth. But yeah, Beckham, what are you thinking about all this? I know you have a lot to say about this case. So
well, I mean, I've been right from the get-go about him not getting like actual the death penalty, but just the back and forth. That's all going to be like a conjecture with the different sides and all of that kind of stuff, and it's just procedural and all that. However, I did hear a conspiracy theory this week about this case. And we all know in the last 2 weeks, every single conspiracy that you've ever thought about has been true because of the Epstein files being released. So, with that said, how that links, the Epstein files links to this case is that what's the guy's name that he shot?
Brian Thompson?
Yeah. So Brian Thompson was apparently going to become a whistleblower. I know he's a CEO of the healthcare company and whatever, but he was actually was going to become a whistleblower to go against all of the big pharma and everything like that. And that Linguini was sent in to take care of him before he became an actual government witness to a lot of this stuff. So if you start going and doing your research, if you start digging deep again into his family and family ties, yeah, it gets a little muddy there. So that's what I heard this week. Of course, I don't know. I'm not gonna really spend any time on it. But he was kind of put up to this to stop anything from moving forward of him becoming a whistleblower against the big companies and all the healthcare system. We do know all that, right? We know how all the healthcare, anybody that's ever gone to the doctor can attest to all that, had a surgery or anything like that. We've all probably had that, but some more minor than others, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, it's a grotesque system. We know that for the average person. And that's what I heard. That's what I heard like on Thursday. With everything coming out, right? All these truths are now coming out about a lot of stuff. And can like you seen the memes, Danny, about the conspiracy theories celebrating? You know, they're like the memes of them celebrating, like, oh, you guys called me a clown like for 10 years, but I was right. And then they're like taking a drink or something. Yeah, because a lot of the stuff is coming forward being true. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I heard on Thursday. So I was like, if Danny talks about this, I've got to remember to bring it up. So
if we talk about it,
it's out there, man. I don't know. Now I'm like, hey,
Paul's saying anything's possible at this
I'm like,
point.
hey, man, is this kid really trying to be like the savior for everybody, or was this a legit hit? If you want to put it that way. And all of the fumbling and tumbling that the police did, that they actually fumbled on to catching him. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Like they actually stumbled onto him.
Which they got a warning in the 911 call. I saw.
Well, I'm just saying, like they got it stumbled on. Luckily, got him. Or else, right now, had the person not called in the tip, he would literally be what is happening right now in Tucson, Arizona. He would be like, this guy got away with it. Nobody would know because there was all kinds of, and what's crazy is you had different camera angles, you had different lighting. He looked like a girl on some pictures. He looked like a guy in other pictures. Was he like a lizard people person? Like he could transform. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, was he like one of those? He was a cloner, one of them cloners. It's a Star Wars reference, but anyway, yeah. So I've just heard. That's what I heard, man. So I don't know. I don't know what I feel about this case and this guy. I just know that I believe I was correct that it was that he was never going to get and I've been calling that since the get-go. He was never going to get the actual the death penalty. So
yeah.
We'll see, man. I mean, I don't know. You might not ever hear about it ever again.
James,
nobody did that.
Give a little star right there for that one. Oh, such a beautiful moment that was. I'm so glad that's on video. But yeah, I haven't heard of that conspiracy theory, Beckham. I'm not gonna lie.
Because you're not in tune like I am. I got boots on the ground right now in Tucson, Arizona. I'm a phone call away.
Wow. Same boots on the ground as when you tumbled down.
I didn't tumble down. I slid down. Damn it.
Slid.
No, I slid. I did.
Otherwise.
No, the video just shows me going like just kind of falling down. And
the video doesn't lie.
I slid down.
It doesn't lie. I need to find that again and repost that. It's just such a good
I need to get a hacker to hack into your system, into your home.
Yeah. Good luck.
I don't think you guys you guys don't have a VPN usage anyway. It'll be a lot easier to do that.
You know what? I'll sick my cats after you. Calm down. Yeah. I mean, Luigi, this slid.
You son of a bitches! I slid down. That's the last time I'm going to talk about it.
I mean, this is not going to be the last we hear of Luigi before the June 8th. What's set for the state trial to begin. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. And y'all, I've said it before with other cases, pre-trial motions and hearings. Those are so important. So important. So once, like all of these things that are happening leading up, pay attention. It's very important because these are the moments where a judge gets to decide what is brought in and what isn't. And that sets the tone for the rest of the trial and for ultimately the jury that gets picked, what they can hear and not hear as being brought in. So definitely these are very, very important things to pay attention to, all of these, pre-trial hearings. But we will definitely keep you posted on this. I searched and I was hoping, Beckham, that I'd be able to find a video of Luigi having his outburst. as of what I haven't.
No, you can't. It's a
it's not.
show. It's a show. If you had him like acting like any sort of feminine, if he had a feminine moment, it's gonna dilute all of it.
Well, also because cameras aren't allowed in.
Well, yeah, but you don't want his image right now looking like a girl.
I don't view an outburst being that
It
way.
would depend on how it looked. I'm telling you, you don't want.
Right, we don't know.
You
We
don't
just
want it.
told he had an outburst.
Right, and that to me sounds like he had a Cyndi Lauper moment.
Oh Jesus, you're dating yourself, hun.
I don't. Everybody knows who Cyndi Lauper is. I think
Girls
so.
just want to have fun.
Exactly. That's you don't
I
want.
saw her in concert. She
You
opened
do
for
not
Cher.
want Linguini to have a Cyndi Lauper moment. You want him to keep that hard ass, like psyop, sniper. Like they walked him from the bridge all the way to the what I mean.
Perp walk.
Yeah, you want him to have that image. You don't want him to have the Cyndi Lauper image at all.
Yeah.
Have I been wrong on this at all? No. Say it. Say it. Say it, Danny.
Oh my gosh. At my work yesterday, we had somebody come in to fix one of the machines. And what did he say? I literally popped my head up when I heard him say it, was just like, that was the best thing I've ever heard. What was it? I'm not always right, but I'm never wrong. I loved that. I love that saying. So Beckham, you might be right. I'm not saying, yeah, you might be right. You might not be wrong. You might, I hate to go far and say you're right because Lord knows when I give you credit, you like.
It shoots me to the moon.
It does. It does. Jinx, I'm sorry that you've been sick, hun. I hope you feel better. Get rest. Get rest. It sounds like you've been getting nothing but rest.
Jinx, go do some jumping jacks in the cold snow. That'll heal you right up.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. So, all right, the last case that we are going to be talking about tonight, and it is what everybody's been talking about. So we can't just let it go without being discussed. And that is Nancy Guthrie. So for those who aren't aware of what's been going on, so 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was reported missing last Sunday from her home in Arizona. Authorities have described the case as a possible kidnapping or abduction, and there have been reports of ransom notes. So the little bit that we know, Nancy visited family last Saturday night and then returned home that evening in an Uber. She was reported missing the next day, Sunday afternoon, when she did not show up for church. So the CNN website, just to give a shout out to them, they have a really great timeline of activity that occurred on February 1st. So just to quickly recap that. So at 1:47 a.m., okay, so again, Sunday, February 1st, her doorbell camera was disconnected. Authorities say that the doorbell camera has not been located and noted there were multiple cameras at the home. 2:12 a.m., software detects a person on camera, but there's no video available. So it's not clear which camera detected the person. Authorities said the camera had no subscription and that it's possible an animal triggered the software to pick that up. 2:28 a.m., Nancy's pacemaker disconnects from her phone. And then we jump to 11:56 a.m. So again, from 2:28 a.m. to 11:56 a.m. That's when Nancy's family goes to check on her at home and discovers she's missing. 12:03 p.m. a 911 call was made and deputies arrived 10 minutes later. So there's a lot of things that have been put out there, but just to sum it up.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. There's a lot of oddities or just odd stuff too. So yeah.
Yeah, just to sum it up. So a sheriff stated on Thursday that blood was found on Nancy's porch, the porch to her home, and it did test positive for her DNA. Her cell phone was also left at home. So authorities do have possession of her cell phone. Nancy has limited mobility and takes meds daily. And authorities are saying, quote, it could be fatal, end quote, if she does not get that medication. She also has a pacemaker. A possible ransom note was sent to 3 different news outlets. No law enforcement agencies has so far substantiated the note. One of the notes requested a monetary value and set a deadline, but there was no means for communication once that deadline was supposed to happen. And then state and federal resources have been deployed in the search for Nancy Guthrie. So Beckham, I know like stuff like this is a little bit more of your expertise because, you know, different law enforcement agencies being involved in things like this. What have you been following this, and what is your take on everything? I know it's a multi-part question.
That's a lot. Well, it's small. It was a small jurisdiction, the small sheriff's department or police department. I think it was sheriff's. Like it's a secluded area. It's away from the city. Budget money is not available to, so they don't, of course, manpower, how much crime happens there. You heard some things about it being a cartel town or whatever. Probably not. Um, it's just that it's almost like they just, they don't really deal with this kind of thing all the time. And it's just like anything, Danny. When you don't do something for a long, you don't repetitively do something, you're not going to be good at it, right? That's just the way it is. So, I want to say that I think due to the inactivity of those types of cases at the police department, that police department has had to deal with, probably the crime scene was not cased well initially, and more than likely the case you know was contaminated. So I mean, you've had and this is one. I mean, let me just talk about this part real quick.
No, please.
You've had them like go there, tape it off, collect evidence, leave, come back, tape it off again, and you've had back and forths. You've had them trying to figure out everything, and I think it was just overwhelming for them. Of course, at the whole time, you had the potentially abductors, sending like the letters to like local news stations, TMZ. Who sends it to TMZ? TMZ is like getting like all involved, and it's like, you're bringing a more bigger set of eyes on this case rather than they've just stayed local. Had it just stayed local, I mean, maybe it would have been a little bit better, like the beginning of the investigation, right? But it just man, it just got too big too fast. Okay. And I'm telling you, man, when you're doing an investigation, it's not easy. There's a lot of moving parts. Um, and then as of like what, the middle of, yeah, it's like you said, middle of the week, you hear the FBI is coming in, and then the FBI shows up, and again, they're casing the crime scene. They're casing the neighbors. They're talking to the neighbors. They're doing this. They're doing that. And it's just been like a whirl of to me, it's been like a whirl of confusion. You're not really getting all the information. They're trying to keep some information intact, but then you had the sheriff doing the presser, right? Like on Tuesday or something like that. It just didn't, it was just all over the place. He actually said he was sorry for the way the investigation was. He apologized. He's like, I apologize. We do make mistakes. You can't say that. You can't tell, like, you are the leader of that jurisdiction and you're apologizing for making a mistake. You do not say that publicly.
Right.
He said that. And it's just like, then the FBI shows up. Man, it's just been up and down, left and right. You had you had like a deadline with the letters, and it's just been it's really mind-boggling, to be honest with you. You've had retired professionals that have had experience in this kind of thing. They're a little bit taken back not by how the case went, not by the investigation, but how things are going. And I think the way things are going is because you have amateurs doing this. I think, personally, I think they're amateurs, but and I'll get to that here in a little bit of what I think is who's probably doing it, but yeah, it's unfortunate that, if you have an 84, I believe she's 84 years old. If you've had a grandmother, right, somebody who's been around, if you've seen them at that age, They're very fragile. You know, they're very, very fragile. They're usually on a lot of medications. I believe this particular lady was on like on a heart medication that you really cannot last more realistically than 3 to 4 days when you're supposed to take it daily. I mean, the most you can go maybe is 4 days without it. There was blood evidence too there, so there's probably some kind of a struggle. You know, an 80-something-year-old person is really fragile, so any struggle, even overexert, you know, any physical struggle, you could easily break something. And I'm not trying to be funny here, but you know, you hear about the hips and you know when they fall and they break their, that's a real thing, you know. Just because their bones are very fragile, they're delicate. And now I've seen some people like 90 that could still, I've seen only a couple of people that I literally remember in my life that were still driving because they could, but that's an exception. You're talking about very small percentage of the public that live into their 90 and can still drive. That percentage is very small. There's more 80-year-olds that can't move, that shouldn't move, or that can't that can't do very much, right? So yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I honestly, with this case, and I know now there's like the conspiracy stuff coming into it now because it's lasted a week, 7 days. We're going on 8 days. Who, you know, of course, the daughter, who's a news person in the very public eye, and then you have the money thing, right? You know, will they pay the ransom and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot going on. I think the ransom started with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then Bitcoin, and then the reason that they're using VPNs and all that kind of stuff to so that you can't track them, which just kind of gives me it's probably youth doing it, right? You know, they asked for it in Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin crashed on Wednesday, literally, and then now it's like, how are they going to pay? How are they going to get the money? Where they're gonna I was telling somebody, this isn't something like from the 60s, 70s, 80s cop shows where they ask for a ransom. Oh, you got to meet me at Pier 2 and drop off the money and don't bring it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Like, it ain't gonna happen like that, man. Nowadays you got drones, you got help. It ain't gonna, you ain't if you're gonna ask for money, it ain't gonna be a drop off point. Oh, let's make an exchange at Pier 2. Don't bring the cops. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's why they're asking for it in Bitcoin, because you wouldn't be able to track it. It would be almost untrackable. So so it's just, there's a lot going on with this case. It's unfortunate that it was contaminated early. And then this morning, as of late last night, man, they were going and looking and still getting stuff as of like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. They were still showing up for like an hour and getting stuff and then leaving and all kinds of stuff. So, from the house. Sorry. Yes. From the crime scene. So like, as of late last night, this morning, the biggest thing to me was the FBI officially has told the sheriff's department to stand down. You are no longer part of this case. To me, that was major.
And why is that, for people who might not know?
It's just they're completely taking over it. There's no more confusion. They're gonna have you're gonna have everything is gonna change to them. They're gonna have control of everything. They're gonna say everything. You know, you say what you do what I say. They're gonna have their people in there now. The feds have taken complete control of everything. So we're not using your deputies. You are no longer talking about it. They have not completely taken over the case.
That's what I was trying to get at. So they're not even being told to work alongside it.
No,
you're not working on it at all.
You stand down at this point. You are completely shut out of it. They have completely shut down.
Yeah, K-Dog saying they should have called the FBI before releasing the crime scene.
Well, it was their responsibility to come to the crime scene initially. It's their jurisdiction. They have to. It's by law that you have to respond.
Yeah, I think he means before releasing it.
Oh, you're talking about like, well, by like Monday or two. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's just that's kind of a tricky
Because,
question.
like you said, the
That's
back and
kind of
forth, back and
yeah,
forth.
that no, but that's tricky though. You want to honor the fact that you can do the job.
Right. That's not uncommon. But
But when he sat there at the presser on Tuesday, the sheriff, and apologized for making for like we all make mistakes. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about?
I know.
You saw that? You saw the presser?
That was because the case isn't solved, and you're publicly
It was
admitting
like two. It was
we've
like
already
barely a
dropped the
day or
ball.
two.
It's like,
They were not naming a sus. It was like, well, we could have a suspect. We don't know yet. They're like, what are you talking? You either have one or you don't. You don't say that. You don't say we
I
have
know.
if you don't have one, you don't say you don't. You just don't talk about it.
I know.
You don't bring it up. We're still investigating. You know, we're moving in this direction. Dude, honestly, like Trump made it sound. Trump talked about it last night. He made it sound better and more positive. I guess he's a president, but Trump made it sound better than the sheriff did on Tuesday.
That's bad.
That's not good.
Yeah.
And Trump did it on a whim. Like he didn't even he just made it, but he made it sound better than what happened within the presser on Tuesday. That's not good.
Not good. Not good. Yeah, the Guthrie family has been on social media, and I'm not sure if everybody has seen it, but yeah, posting videos and just talking to the camera, trying to get through to whoever may have taken their mother. And it's heartbreaking to see and watch, the family just beg for their mother, for Nancy to be returned, and to be returned safely. I know K-Dog asks, any chance she's still alive? I mean, I'm not going to even entertain. I'm not going to say, I think this or statistically speaking, look at
I just broke it down.
Someone has been without their medication.
I just broke it down.
Each day that goes on, like Beckham has said, it's not good. I mean, and that goes for, we're not just talking about just in the case of Nancy.
Now were these people so good that they have a nurse as part of their team to help her out?
Assuming there's a team.
Assuming there's a team. Yeah, I honestly think it crashed for them. I think that they were expecting an old lady not to fight back. She fought back. There was blood. They didn't think she was going to need meds. She's on meds. She dies. Oh my God, what do we do now? She's dead. We got to still, they're confused. Crypto crashes on a Wednesday. Like, I'm talking tanked. Like, and it's like, oh my God, what do we do now?
I
don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's so many things that, but if they're a team, they're stuck. I think they're stuck. If they're a team and they're smart, they knew who they had an objective. They knew what they were going to be dealing with. I'm hoping they had a nurse on their team, and the nurse is taking care of the elderly lady,
Nancy.
Somehow.
Nancy Guthrie. So Brian's saying the sister seems strange in the videos. So
yeah,
we've seen some of the headlines that have, that have been saying in pinpointing family members, saying this person may, the brother-in-law or the son-in-law may be involved. And there's so much, I think, because we don't have so many answers, there's so much that has been just spinning to get a story. And it sucks because a lot of the stuff that's coming out is bullshit, and it will be proven to be bullshit, but it's taking time and resources away from really finding her. And
but I'm telling you, man, that when the FBI, I'm telling you, I know people right now, the people that when the feds they came in and they probably got a push from the head of forget the politics. I'm talking about who got put in there. You're talking about, hey, we need to move everything there. Let's move our best of the best there. You're talking about extremely smart people that are working this case now.
Yes.
I'm not talking about Monday, Tuesday, when I'm talking about now. You have some very intelligent people, some well-rounded people, meaning experienced wise. They brought in
Experience.
they brought in a specialized forensics unit that's used for missing kids and things like that. Also on Thursday, I believe, to kind of case over a lot of stuff. Um, they got some really, really smart people working on this case now. And with the order to stand down, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, the FBI doesn't just come in and say we're taking over. Like the FBI is to work with law enforcement. So when situations like this happen and they have to say you need to stand down, it's a big deal.
We don't
That
need you no. We
it
don't need you
does
no
not
more.
happen like in the movies. Like that doesn't
Go.
happen like
Yeah,
that.
go write traffic tickets. Go do that. We don't need
It's
you no
not
more.
good. I mean, I'm very hopeful now that the FBI is brought in because, like you said, they have the experience, they have
Oh, they're
the
bringing their best of their
expertise
best to this.
behind them.
I guarantee you. Yeah.
It's just it sucks that they have to start from square one so
They
late in
did.
the
I mean,
game.
I get it. That's why they had to come and go. You have to give them. They got to give them time to do it. And if it was contaminated, you're like working with already a contaminated crime scene. You're just like, all right, well, can we go around this? Can we maybe do? I mean, it might. We need to find the lady and forget the court. Forget the court stuff. It's been contaminated already. We got to find. They're trying to find her.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to find the subjects that did this. That's what they're trying to do. Because as far as the following the everything to the T and all that, right? For the court, for the investigation, for the court, all that's out the door. You're just trying to find her now, right? You see what I'm saying? I mean, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean,
I will say, for anybody who follows Cheryl McCollum from the Zone 7 podcast, she's been on here before. She has been doing a lot of interviews in the media lately, giving her expertise about kind of where things are standing and what has.
hey man, we got News Nation people that we saw at CrimeCon all over it. That's what I've
Yep.
been.
I mean, every outlet is on it. Absolutely kind of giving their, and I will say the media has been very, so supportive of the Guthrie family, but also quick to be like when things have been happening. I mean, Beckham, I know I messaged you when TMZ got involved and started, we got a copy, we got sent a ransom note. Hey,
Well,
everybody,
it's fun. Yeah,
it was crazy.
but also there's a nugget came out on Tuesday or Wednesday about internally they felt it was an inside job.
That's one of the things
But I
that's
mean, but they haven't really moved in that direction. And I think they've cleared everybody in the family, I believe. I want to say so far. I
But
mean,
again, to make
so
those,
far,
that's
FBI
a
had to,
big accusation.
but FBI had to come in the back end. The FBI has now come in on the back end, so let's give them. I mean, I know time is of essence right now, but you gotta let them do it the right way, at least from on this side of it.
Oh, and they're going to,
and they're working. I mean, they're probably not sleeping. They're not sleeping. They're working this case.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. This is what they are brought in to do, and I have the utmost confidence in them to be able to jump in and assist. And like I said, it just sucks that they're behind the eight ball.
They're behind. They're having to catch
really
up, and then they're having to do it right. Remember, if it was a lot of contamination, they're having to go bypass that, and that kind of thing, and get things looked at and make sure signed off. All this stuff is signed off, and all before moving to the next part of it. And everything. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, man. It's not easy.
Right. Yeah, they're not just like kind of Beckham saying, I'll just expand on it a little more wordy, but they're not just jumping in saying, okay, here's where we are. Let's go here. They are saying, okay, here's where we are. We're going to go back to square one and relook at everything in what was collected, what was possibly missed. Like that's what they do. And again, it's just, it bites that it's just so many days into it that's lost time.
I've just been waiting for like a break, but unfortunately, I was really hoping for a break today, but nothing, man. Maybe tomorrow, maybe I don't know, maybe next week. But now you're talking 8. Tomorrow will be like 8 days.
Mm-hmm. It's just heartbreaking.
That's a long time, man. I'm gonna, like I said, I say the truth. Look, man. It's realistically without heart meds, man. We're not talking about a 4-year-old, 40-year-old, or 50, or even 60-year-old. We're talking about an 84-year-old. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're not trying to, we're not saying she's this or she's that. We're not.
I'm just.
Those
It's the
claims.
chances. The longer those chances, of course, are dropping by the moment.
Yeah, statistically speaking, and
Unless
that
that
goes for
team
everyone.
has a nurse, or unless it's a team and they knew better and they had somebody taking care of her.
I'm just hoping the FBI finds something soon, and and not for us. I mean, we have nothing to do with this. It's for the Guthrie family and for Nancy, and for the Guthrie
think?
family.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a dark question, but it's important. You ready?
I don't know if I want you to say it, but okay.
Do you think she left the property?
Willingly, no.
Do you think she's left completely?
Oh, I get what you're saying. She's not on that property.
You don't think she's okay?
No. No.
All right.
So we will keep you posted on this. I mean, this is all over. I mean, what was it earlier this week when I was at the gym, because there's there's 10 TV set up every single.
Were you looking for were you looking for a bullet, like a bulletin?
It's just this
breaking news.
This is being covered everywhere, and there's a lot of people who are, again, my heart breaks for the Guthrie family. It really, really does. We will keep you guys posted on this, and hopefully there's some, something good to report at the end of it. But
and maybe the sheriff's never done a presser like that before. I don't know.
Oh God, I can't.
Hey man, I'm not. You know what? That. I'm not judging. I'm not saying anything. I'm not judging. I've never been a sheriff like that, and I'm not judging. But at least you could have just said, hey man, where the investigation's going on, we're working it. We're getting help. Everybody's been doing great. But then somebody asked him he got asked a couple of questions, and it stumbled him. And then he was like, that's what happened, was the question part. He should have just not even took questions.
I know. But how many times is
when he was taking questions,
just we can't say it's an active investigation.
Right, yeah, just cut away. But he gave the power to the media. The media made him confused him, and then he's over there saying he broke. He was like, well, we did this, we did that. We might have done this wrong. I'm sorry, I apologize. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about?
Apologize later when all is said and done. Don't do it right now.
Right.
No, I know.
And then you're giving the criminal power by saying that.
Mm-hmm. Because and it gives
you're giving them the edge in this situation.
The media and the public, we were just all like, it was bad. It was bad because I'm like, they know nothing. They know nothing. Instead of keeping close to the vest, he just put all the cards out on the table in a really bad way.
Yeah, it was bad. And like I said, even the president just spinning it off in a matter of 20 seconds made it sound better than the sheriff did.
Hey, William Eddy. Good to see you. Yeah. TMZ. Isn't it interesting that TMZ has always been all over Epstein case, and once their founder was named in the files, they backed off as many stories. Yeah, well,
that's a whole other thing. I didn't want to bring that into the talk about this.
But James also said, I put all my money into Beckham coin now to sit back and collect all my profits. Man.
Woo.
Imagine.
I got some winning dice right now.
God. Beckham, you need to start your own candle company, I swear.
Oh, I think I'd have the best names.
Well, when you read the ones you have, they're certainly interesting.
I don't make them up. Somebody else did, though.
Oh, God. So we're gonna wind this down for tonight. I mean, yeah, a lot we discussed this week, and thank you guys for being here on a different night on a Saturday. I think this K Dog's question. This is a good way to kind of round things out. Beckham, what's your Super Bowl pick?
For many reasons, the reason that I don't want the Patriots to keep getting more Super Bowls, as right now the count I believe is 7 for the Patriots, 6 for the 49ers. And Pittsburgh and the Cowboys are tied at 5. So I don't want the Patriots. I think the Seahawks have 1. So I don't want the Patriots to get any more, that number to grow. I'm going with the Seahawks, and they get their second one rather than the Patriots getting 8. And now they're 3 ahead of the Cowboys rather than 2. So that's why I'm going for the Patriots. I'm sorry, going for the Seahawks.
Will you be
and Danny, you don't care.
But everybody else does. So I'm a team player. Will you be doing your co-hosting tomorrow on your other show?
Yes, I will. Watch the morning sports show, the BS Sports Show.
Okay. There you go. There you go, folks. So, all right, everybody. That's it for tonight's True Crime and Chill. Thank you, Beckham, for being here and for being here on time. My God, hell does freeze over. Everybody enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. For those of you who will be watching, I will not be, but that's
Danny was the. Did you want to tell him? I know you were joking, but it was funny where you were like, "Hey, maybe we should move the show to tomorrow night." I was like, "Are you crazy?" Oh my God!
I messaged Beckham earlier. I messaged Beckham and was like, should we just move it to the True Crime and Chill to tomorrow night? Like, will people really be watching the Super Bowl?
Oh my God.
He was like, what the hell?
I was like, are you insane? What are you doing? Do you even think that?
That's all right. That's all right. You know who would probably be here? Tony Stewart. He would be here with me in the chat.
James Watson would probably be there in the chat.
James Watson would probably, yeah. I'd have like 2 people. It's all good. It's not quantity, it's quality. Do a show tomorrow night. I won't be watching that football shit.
I think he's more of a hockey. No, I think James is more of a hockey person. He's from, Canada, so. I bet James tunes in for the halftime music show.
That is true. That is true. So everybody, before the night ends, get in your vote for book club. Tonight is the cutoff. So get that vote in. I'll do a post tomorrow and we'll go over what we're reading. So everybody enjoy the rest of your evening, the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And remember, until next time, if the math ain't methin', did I just say methin'?
Yeah, you said methin'. What the hell? Danny, let's just end
May 8th is Star Wars Day. If the math ain't mathin', then we don't live in darkness, everyone. Darkness lives in us. Bye.